Last night my world shattered. A friend revealed something I never thought possible. My wife may be living a double life as a sex worker. I didn't believe him at first. He doesn't know my wife personally and didn't even attend our wedding because he was overseas. However, the pieces started falling into place and now I'm spiraling. Here's what happened. Timeline of events. 6 p.m. Picked my wife up from the airport as usual. She said she had been visiting her sister. 7 p.m. We had dinner as a family. I even posted a photo on Instagram of my wife and son enjoying their meal. 11 p.m. I got a call from my friend. During the call, he told me something that made my heart drop. He had seen my Instagram story where I tagged my wife. He recognized her from earlier that day. He had visited a brothel, and she was one of the women presented to him by the pimp. My friend didn't choose her, but his mate did. He mentioned her distinctive forearm tattoo, which matches the one in the Instagram story. He admitted he might be ending our friendship by telling me this but said, "I thought you'd want to know." He ended the call with, "I'm so sorry, bro. I didn't know." Aftermath. I've been unable to sleep. By 3 a.m. I was sitting in my car crying. I didn't want to believe it was true, but I started digging for answers. I found her working name with help from my friend. Using that name, I came across explicit reviews of her services online. I've never felt so defeated. I keep hoping this is some elaborate prank, but the evidence is overwhelming. At one point, I had to return to the house and pretend everything was normal. My wife kissed me goodnight and I've never felt so disgusted and heartbroken. Doubts and realizations. She said she was visiting her sister, but her sister moved to Melbourne months ago. Her social media confirmed she was at a cafe in Melbourne yesterday, not the city my wife claimed to visit. These weekend trips have been happening since January last year. I've always been left home to care for our son, and we've argued about it before. She claimed the trips were for family time or shopping with her sister. We have joint and private bank accounts so she could afford these flights. I never questioned her too deeply because I trusted her. What do I do now? I'm in Auckland with no close friends or family. I moved here for work and now I feel completely isolated. I love her so much, but I don't know how I could ever forgive or move past this if it's true. I've considered divorce, but even the thought of walking into a lawyer's office fills me with shame and fear. I'm not looking for sympathy or attention. I just want advice. Does anyone know of support communities or resources for dealing with this kind of betrayal? Update, 9 a.m. I found more evidence. Now I'm deciding whether to confront her or see a lawyer first. I'm ashamed to tell anyone in person and fear I'll break down when speaking to a lawyer. Final update for today. For those who doubt me or accuse me of seeking attention, I assure you that's not my intention. English isn't my first language, so I used ChatGPT to help me organize my thoughts clearly. I didn't realize this might upset some people. To those who sent supportive messages, thank you. Your kindness means everything to me right now. To those who sent abusive messages or encouraged self-harm, I won't go down that path. I have a son who needs me and I refuse to abandon him. I don't know where to go from here. I just know I need to stay strong, for him and myself. Relevant comment. Comment. If this is legit. Not spam and not bot. You weren't suspicious of your wife leaving every weekend for a year and a half? The cost of the flights? Why did she do it? To financially support the family? Or just herself? Does she have her own bank account? My reply. I'm not bot, I do not know why she do it. I have always been the main provider for the family and mortgage. She does not pay the mortgage at all, not even the down payment. She have a part-time job just to make extra money to buy things for herself. The reason I am asking it here is because I am worried that I might lose my house and other assets to her. I'm just here to ask for advice. Not spam or farm or bot. Comment. If this is true, it would be irrevocably destroy my relationship with my wife. Immediately, without any question. There is no world in which I would remain with them. Dear listeners, if you have any suggestions or advice for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Right now, I feel lost and don't know how to handle this situation. Any guidance, resources, or words of wisdom you can share would mean so much to me. Thank you for taking the time to listen my story and for any help you can offer.